Okay, so recently I created this piece called Inner Strength is Key. So I want to talk about how I made this. Let's go over my process. First, the process started off with this little line drawing of Baozi Boy. This is a drawing of a steamed bun, and I've popped a face on it. It's a digital illustration I made in Procreate. After making Baozi Boy, I typed in some kind of hyper-realistic cyberpunk prompt and got this AI image. Earlier in 2026, I created this little hat design concept and then did some further studies, spending more time on each study, doing further iterations of this hat design, popping it on different heads. So I made this illustration in Procreate as a digital illustration. I then popped the illustration into an AI system, generating a more realistic rendering of it. I mixed two or three of those black and white renderings together to create a new iteration, added some extra prompts to add color, to alter the size of the nose, to elongate the mustache. Then I fed in a visual image JPEG of a color palette that I created to give it some color. I fed in more color palettes that I had created through different reference photos I had taken in city walks and prompted it to make a bigger mustache. But although I was a little bit happier about the helmet, I was still unhappy about the face. So what I ended up doing was I went back to the Baozi Boy rendering that I made in AI, and I fed the previous image of the mustache man in the helmet with the Baozi Boy, prompted it to pop the head in there, and got this. But I felt like the face was too large in scale, and it just felt off in terms of perspective, so I wanted to move in a more wonky direction. But I knew I loved this Baozi Boy face, so what I did was I wanted to make the proportion of the face smaller in size in proportion to the rest or relative to the rest of the face. So I went ahead and pulled some of these different images together, creating a collage in Procreate, and then went ahead and airbrushed and digitally illustrated things to clean it up. I also brought the mouth from that guy and his mustache and put it up on top of the helmet. And that's how I arrived at the end of this piece. Inner strength is key. My current perspective is that AI is a wonderful new tool, and if we take the time and we make the effort and we patiently use it in an experimental fashion, then, like any other medium, we will inevitably, through trial and error, through persistence, and through repetition and iteration, arrive at some form of creative expression that we're going to be, at the very least, content with, if not very satisfied with.